So
remove the other.
Adi?
Yeah. Just use the
Anyone?
one.
Okay. So this is the biberon perfuser space, which is the syringe pump. If you are getting the PCA accessories, which is the PCA kit that has the patient button and the patient bracelet, plus the anti-removal cap for the security of the drug, then it turns to PCA, along with the programming of the pump for sure. Okay? These are the ones. So this is quite small, so I'm gonna use the pump itself. Okay? This is the syringe holder, and for the security of the syringe, for having no access to the syringe, we're going to use that green cap. We call it anti-removal cap, and it has the key that can lock the syringe holder, so nobody can have an access to the syringe, even for the syringe drive as well. Okay, so and for the key thing that I mentioned already, we have two options actually for the security of the drug. We have this key that we can use it to lock the pump from two sides. From here, if you are looking the pump from this side, this way, and there is no way that anybody can access the syringe from here, from this point. Okay? And when you are turning the pump on, this pump is automatic. It has its automatic syringe drive. It's not like the manual syringe drivers that most of the hospitals have. So there's nothing that you will push and pull or do like this. And this is also for the security of the drug and for the safety of the given dose to the patient. Because with the manual drivers, it is more prone to have an unintended bolus, especially if you are in an emergency situation, or if you are in a hurry, or if you have something else to do. Okay? So if you lock it from this side, this will be locked. So no way that you open this one and get an access to the syringe. And if you need more security, because this is automatic, yes, but with some force it can be opened. So for more security, we can use the anti-removal cap, the one that will lock it from this side with a key from here. Okay, so I'll demonstrate this. So I will put the pump here. So to put the syringe on, we simply it will guide us, just like the infusomat space. It will guide us step by step. It says here open syringe holder. This is the syringe holder. So you just do like this. We open the syringe holder. This is manual, not like the infusomat space. It's not automatic. Why? Because most of the hospitals, they need always an access to the syringe. They need to look at the syringe sticker or something like this. So this is manual. You have a syringe that is filled with morphine, for example. Okay, then you will put it to the pump this way. You close this one, and the pump will ask for the type of the syringe. It will automatically detect the size. Okay, this one can take syringes from 2 ml up to 60 ml. Okay, and it will detect the size automatically, so it knows already that it is 50 ml syringe, but it cannot know the brand. The brand is dependable on the list that is here. It will not accept anything Okay, it will accept only the good quality syringes around the world. Among that, there is B Brown, Monoject, BD, Tirumu, Kodan, Polva. There's some names that we don't even use here in this part of the world. Okay, but then any other names that is not here doesn't really mean that it will not work. It will work, but it means that you cannot guarantee the security of the infusion and the accuracy of what is given to the patient. Okay? B Brown OPS, this is my syringe, so I'll choose it like this, then the pump will automatically close this side. Okay? Now, such like this, it is just a syringe pump. We are not protecting the morphine syringe here, because if anybody will open from here, then he has the ability to take the whole amount. But with the use of my key, where's my key? With the use of the key, we close from here and bring this anti-removal cap, use it like this, and so this is a double lock kind for the syringe. And now, there's no way that you get into the syringe unless you break something. Okay? If you want to get into the syringe, so you have to break something. It's obvious. And for the programming of the pump, it is like programming any other PCA pump. You have the ability to program an initial dose, initial bolus dose, and a running dose that will keep running all the time. Then you will decide how many.
So they can do a bolus at the beginning, and then you can set the pump for continuous
Yes.
basal, and then the patient will have their own pump
The patient will have their own
thing. Okay,
cable.
okay.
So this one will go
And
here.
when the patient's in recovery, so we can have, you guys can hit it for the patient.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is what we are using the old PCA mountains.
Yeah.
Yes. If they even don't want to use this one, if the staff are using the pump, they can use the OK key from here for less accessories.
Can we show how to set the PCA there? I mean
Yes,
the
sure.
infusion
Sure,
itself.
I will try it. And this one is the bracelet that you can use it to attach this cable to the bed sheet or the patient rest or whatever. So it will be at an easy access for the patient. So, use the drug library, we will for sure say yes, because then we are totally depending on the programming of the pump. Nobody can go ups and downs within or outside the doses that is approved by our pharmacy or our team. Okay, and I'll say yes. You will say PCA here. Okay, so you go down to PCA, and this drug library is the one that is used in National Guard Hospital in Saudi Arabia. So it is not a must that it will match your needs.
Okay.
That is something programmable. You can sit with your pain management team. We will see their values, what they want. Then we will set up a special file for you. Okay, this PCA drug library has got fentanyl, 500 mics in 50 ml, hydromorphone 5 milligrams in 50 ml, morphine 50 milligrams in 50 ml. This is all what they want in National Guard. Okay, so if you want to go to morphine, for example, you just choose the drug as morphine right away. When you just choose the drug that is under a PCA drug library, it will automatically lock the pump for the data. I mean, physically, we already locked it, so nobody can take this one. But for the data things, I mean,
The syringe has to be locked, but the infusion also has to be locked. Is what you're, how you're going to set
how you set it up.
Yeah, it also has to be locked
Yes.
because if you don't lock it, someone can
Yes,
overdose.
yes. With the regular infusions, it's an option
Yes.
that you lock it or you don't want to lock it. Depends on your belief that the patient can play with the pump or not. But with the PCA pump, it will
Has to-
anyway.
Has to be locked.
It will anyway lock. Okay. So and it will lock in key pad lock level 3. That means you can basically do nothing. unless you know the lock code for the pump. And the lock code is something that is changeable. For this one, I believe it is the number of the bleep for the pain management team in National Guard. So they chose their own lock key, so only the staff who's dealing with this pump knows this number. Okay? So then you will set up the bolus volume, which is what is the volume that will be given in each click. Okay? Then you will set up the limit, the total limit, and the limit is something that is, again, as I'm saying, this is milligrams per 1 hour. So they need, in National Guard, their cycle to be 1 hour. Okay, so every 1 hour they need to give a certain amount. And this limit can be decided to 1 hour up to 24 hours. So it's dependable on what you need. Then, for example, in 1 hour, see, it will ask for the code. But whatever you want to do, it will ask right away for the code. So if you don't know the code, then you can do nothing. Okay, I believe the code is, let me try this. I hope it is right. Yes, it is 9505. This is what they want in National Guard. Okay. This is the total limit, and even for the limit, it is still your choice to choose the minimum, the maximum, the hard limits, and the soft limits. We've never, I believe we didn't discuss drug library in this hospital before. But drug library is simply like a corridor, a safe corridor. For example, we want to give morphine 1 milligram in 1 ml in doses between 5 milligrams up to 15 milligrams in certain hours. This is what they want. So if you set it up below 5, it will not accept. If you set it up above 15, it will never accept. Unless you have some exceptional cases that you know that you will exceed these numbers, then we come to our hard limits. These hard limits are something that is not commonly used, but still applicable. Meaning to say, in some cases, I may go below 5, but up to 3. And in other cases, I may go up to 15, but only to 20. More than 20, then it will never accept. Okay? What is the difference? The difference is if you set it up between 5 and 15, it will go without asking you anything. Because this is your safe corridor. This is what is commonly acceptable. If you go below 5, down to 3, it will ask you for a confirmation. It will tell you that the limit is 5 to 15. You sure you want 3, for example, then you will have to confirm that. It is just a hint to help the users confirm with the doctors or their team. Okay? From 15 to 20, same case. Okay? And this will give you also a symbol on the pump itself that it is telling you you are in between the safe range or above or below. Okay? So this is about the limit. The lookout time, this is the lookout time, which is in this case 6 minutes. So that means that the patient has the chance to take a dose every 6 minutes. If the patient pressed now, okay, he will take his first shot, okay, then he'll have to wait another 6 minutes. Even if the patient keep pressing within the 6 minutes, he will not receive anything. But the pump will record this. Why? To evaluate the case. Because some patients, there's two kinds of the patients. There's a young guy who is sleeping at the hospital, and there's an old baba sleeping at the hospital. In the morning, if you come to the young guy and say, most probably, how was your night? He'll say, it was awful, I was in too much pain and things like this, okay? If you go to the old baba, he will say, it was so fine. But then if you go to the log of the pump, most probably you will find the young guy keep pressing on the pump every 2 minutes. That means he was, this is the old Baba. He was in pain, he don't want to say. But the young guy, he didn't press it for 2 times during the night. So he's not in pain, but he just like to be not in pain. So this is just to evaluate the case. They administer it against the delivered dose. You will have report on the pump that will show you how many times the patient wanted the dose, how many times he received the dose. Okay? This is for the lookout time. The dose is the total dose that you wanted, and the concentration is fixed in this case. We may have 2 or 3 concentrations as much as you want. I mean, up to 15 different concentrations can be set up for one drug. But then there will be a chance for choosing another concentration. Rate is the basal rate, the one that will continuously be there, and this is also an option. If you don't use it, then we will keep it 0. Okay. If you want to keep it open, we can keep it open. You can keep it open up to certain limit, or you can keep it decided in between 2 fixed walls. Okay. And the volume to be infused, you have to put it here for what you use here. Or don't forget to consider the priming volume of the extension, because this will give you a hint when the syringe will be nearly empty, so you have the chance to request for another syringe. In PCA case, we have to mention that this alarm that is related to the VTBI is also changeable, because PCA is not like any other drug. I mean, if it's a dopamine syringe in ICU, I can do it myself. But PCA, I have to call the PCA team and such like these things, so it may take 1 hour sometimes. We can set up the pump to alarm 1 hour before the syringe will be empty, or as long as you want. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Okay. So, and this will be the total time needed for the whole infusion. Okay. Mainly, this is everything. I have to show you here one example.
The running of the dose, there is time like 1 minute, or it is bolus given directly to the patient.
This is also for how fast the dose will go to the patient. This is also changeable. The basic is 800 mils per hour, so it is like this is what is basically on the pump, but it's also changeable. If you want it to be set up at a certain rate, then we can change it.
Yeah, for example,
each press will take 1 minute, for example, or each press will go. No, you will not change it at each press.
No, from beginning.
From the beginning, you set up a program. You say that for the morphine,
Physician order.
yes, I want the patient to have it as fast as 500 mils per hour, or 300 mils per hour, whatever. It is your case. So, in simple, this is the graph that is showing the PCA thing. Okay, this is our initial bolus dose. Okay, that can be given at the start. So if the drug is set up with an initial bolus dose, then as soon as you press start, the pump will start the initial dose automatically as per the program. Then it will give you the time that is set up for the delay. We can call it the delay time. Then there's the patient for chance to press the button.
And the green at the bottom is.
And the green at the bottom is the basal rate.
So the example would be is you set it to be 2 milligrams of morphine as a bolus. Okay.
For example.
And then your basal rate is 0.5 milligrams per hour.
Yes, this
So
will
the
be
patient
running all the
will
time.
do that,
Yeah.
okay. And then let's say it's 1 milligram every 20 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, just wait 1 second.
Okay. So
Hi, how can I help you?
so the example that was given, 5 milligrams as soon as you start. Okay. Then the pump will keep running at 0.5 milligrams per hour. Whatever. If the patient pressed, if the patient didn't press, this 0.5 milligram will keep running. And every 20 minutes, the patient have the chance to take another 1 milligram. So in 1 hour, the patient has the chance of taking a total dose of 5 at the start, 20, 20, 20, that is 4 milligrams in 1 hour, 3 milligrams in 1 hour, and 0.5 milligram. So at the first hour, the patient will receive 8.5 milligrams. The second hour, there is no initial dose. So the patient will receive within 1 hour 3.5 only. Okay? And if the patient keeps pressing, that doesn't mean he will receive anything. Unless it is 20 minutes from that press when he received the dose. Okay? Sorry. Then, so these are the ranges for the lockout time, the observation interval. As I said, the observation interval, which is the cycle, we call it the cycle, can be from 1 hour to 24 hours. So if you want your decided dose to be for 8 hours, 1 shift, 12 hours, 24 hours, it is your call. Okay, and the lockout time can be from 1 minute to 40 minutes. So you have the chance from 1 minute above. And that's it. The other things are your thing. So observation interval from 1 to 24 hours in the increment of 1 hour. And the dose limit is 0.1 to 9999.9 mils or 0.001 to 9999.9 units. That means milligrams, micrograms, things like this. So it can be in mils or in units, depends on your policy. And the initial bolus can be from 0 to 99.9. That's in mils, and in units, for milligrams, for example, it can be from 0 to 9999.9. Okay. Basal rate as well can be from 0 to 200 mils per hour, or from 0 to almost 10,000 units. And then the lockout time can be from 1 minute to 40 minutes. The PCA bolus amount can be from 0 to 99, from 0 to 10,000. The bolus rate, this is how fast the bolus will be given. It can be from 0 up to 1,800. So you can choose what is applicable to your drug library or your policy. So that's it. We already had an example from Ma'am. She gave already a better example, a more clear example than this one. Then this is already I did here. There is another kind of security. Okay. So if in case you don't want to use, you're worried, because we've had some notes from some customers that they are worried about the manual door. Okay, because this is still manual. This can be still open. Okay, I mean, for me as a nurse, I don't think it will be easy for the patient to reach to this connection here. Sorry. So it will be very hard for you to reach to this connection here. See? Especially if it's tightened. Okay? But if it is used in most of the hospitals like this, some of them don't like this because of this point. Okay? They are afraid that the patient will disconnect, take something from here. It is still a chance. It's still possible. Okay? Then we come to the next option, which is you don't need to put this green cap here. This needs special technique. You don't need to lock it here. Okay, so it is still can be open. I will put it on standby mode just for less noise.
Connect the extension before inserting the signature.
See, even to put it in the standby mode, I have to put the lock code.
Before you prime them.
Okay. So, if and just if you don't like this kind of security, you still have the chance of having a lockbox. Okay? I mean, it is option. It is one option that you can have. Some people like this, some people don't like this. This has also two kinds of security. The security to be attached to the stand, even the patient,
So everything with the other pump is still the same except for there's a container?
except that you put the whole pump here.
Okay, that's mostly what I'm thinking, this is our better option.
That's it. So,
So you like this one?
you like this one, right?
Yeah.
I guess. I expected that. So you just put it here, you open it here, you put the whole pump inside. So everything is basically locked.
Okay.
You just have,
But it's the same key that opens this one that is the bottom.
It's different.
no,
So it's two different.
no, it's two different.
Okay.
Two different.
Three keys.
No,
No,
two
two
keys.
keys and one.
One you use without the box, one you use with the box.
And then you have a password. a
Sure,
passcode.
this thing is always available for the PC.
But no need to lock the machine.
No, we're still going to lock them.
If you put it inside here, it is one key, either this or that.
Okay, no, but so if you bring this pump back, okay, so the point is this, is when they put the settings in, the settings are set by the passcode, the 4-digit passcode.
That's it. Then
Okay, we can still lock it here,
there's no need if you are using the box.
Okay,
Because what you do is you do like this,
okay. But the reason why this is better is because it's a visual and everybody knows that it's.
that is locked, it's
okay, Or
PCA.
that it's a PCA.
Yeah.
With the box.
How many hospitals in the kingdom have the PCAs? But you still need this, or you do not need this yet? No.
You don't need this.
Okay.
If
But how
you're
many-
it's either the box or that one.
How many hospitals in the kingdom are using a PCA?
We have almost 8 hospitals
Okay,
using this
and
system.
which is the most popular option?
This one,
That one?
the box. They like the box because it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's even less orientation to the patient because some people believe that if you tell the patient something, then it's in his mind.
Yeah.
So if you use the other system, you will tell the patient, look, I'm locking it here, I'm locking it here. So there's no chance that you take.
But
You
they
use
still, as long
only-
as they can touch it, they'll still try to touch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They cannot
Okay.
touch.
How long does it take to get the plastic one?
This one?
Yeah.
What do you mean, how long?
Like if we ordered 10, how long
It will
will
be
it?
together with them.
Let me check on that. Maybe I already have that.
Okay.
Because I've ordered some quantity. As soon as they it took quite a long time until they understand the need for this.
Okay.
But if we are going to request it with the machines, I think it will come with the machines. This same like the warmer how we are requesting the
So
stuff.
so the machine that you have, the one with the syringe, this one, right? We don't have any of them here.
This one?
Yeah, we have.
You have.
We do.
We've gifted the hospital with 3 of them for
Oh, no,
NICU.
For NICU.
NICU, but
Okay.
it's just
So
a
we
regular.
will need, so we will need more of those, the matching boxes. The security boxes.
So they are.
And I'll take this chance to ask about the syringe and the extension.
Okay,
Because as far as I know, and I hope this doesn't mean that you have to buy something from B Brown, especially for this pump. It is an extension, but this is especially made for PCA. This is our PCA line. Why? Because in some countries they are running also a supporting infusion, supporting gravity infusion.
or, yeah, normal saline.
Or normal saline, whatever. So this port is made for the same thing. It has one-way valve. That means nobody can aspirate from this side. You only can give. Okay, and it has a minimal fill volume. because you don't want to use, if you use the regular one, most probably the one that you are using now is a regular one with 3 millimeters diameter. The fill volume for 150 centimeters will be something that is more than 6 mils. So out of 50,
He will tell, no, he will ask.
50 mil syringe of
He will just
morphine,
ask me if
6
he-
mils will be sitting there in the line. You have the options to use even a thinner ones, which goes down to. You have another options that if you are not using a supporting infusion, regular saline, you have just a regular one, which is a very tiny one. See, it's very thin. The fill volume for this one is 1 mil. So you only need 1 mil to fill 150 centimeters long, which I believe should be used in any case, not only in the PCA, because why wasting a lot of drug in here? So just a point. For the syringe, it is a must that we use one of those on the list. Okay? It is a must because PCA means, you know, pain management, and this is not really any drug that you can play with. Okay? So do you have any questions now? Questions?
Is there any different with your syringe? Can we see the syringe or the one we are using here, the same syringe, 60 ml?
Maybe you can. It's easier to bring your syringe, so I can check if it's here.
Teromo.
If it's Teromo, then it's here.
Teromo, okay.
Teromo is here.
It's
Teromo
also
is
regarding
I think it is the same.
Teromo is accepted here.
regarding the ID extension. Can we just connect it first before?
Yeah, sure. This is what you should do actually, but I didn't do it
Because
for
you said
the.
it's hard to do that.
No. I was pointing to the fact that the patient can reach.
Can
that
accept,
Before
can
you put,
access.
you have to
But
prime
you
already,
should
connect and
prime and
prime.
connect it before. We're just giving an overall idea about it. If you decided to take some of these, then we will have to do an intensive training on this thing, so we can do it step by step. Make sure that
It should be an actual.